Hello and welcome, you're watching Western Armenian News and I'm Gasparian. Why isn't it stopped? The abandoned Armenian church in Van in Turkey's parliament. Artsakh Armenians leaving shows the government's plan failed, says Artak Mkrtchyan. Cowards are those who still hide the names of the war victims, says Artak Zakaryan. Ancient breed found in Karaman with words, "Blessed be Jesus." What is our core? If we don't teach our people, others will, says Hovakim Zakaryan. Hero soldier. Bandage me fast, I need to go to help my friends, says army doctor. Azerbaijan's religious leader again blames the Armenian church. Hrachya Acharian's memories of Komitas. In the Turkish parliament, opposition member Gülcan Kaçmaz appealed to Minister Mehmet Nuri Ersoy about the damage to the 8th century Armenian Varak Holy Cross Church in Van. She said the church's dome has collapsed and the wall paintings and inscriptions have been damaged. Kaçmaz asked what steps are being taken to protect the church and why its destruction is not being stopped. The Varak Holy Cross Church is known among locals as Yedi Kilise, meaning 7 churches, and is an important part of the city's cultural and religious heritage. Despite Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan's statement that Armenians from Artsakh should settle in Armenia, most of them still live in rented house or with relatives. According to Artak Mkrtchyan, head of the Equal Opportunity NGO, the government's housing program does not solve their problems, and the authorities are trying to remove the issue of Artsakh from the agenda. He said that only families with many children manage to buy small apartments, while the others continue to live without basic living conditions. Mkrtchyan also added that the people of Artsakh will not give up their right to return home and will continue to fight until they reach their goal. Artak Zakaryan, a member of the Republican Party's executive body, wrote on Facebook, "Those who have not yet published the names of all the victims from the 44-day war and the later military clashes in Armenia, including Artsakh, are cowards. Let this be clear. The large-scale war began on September 27, 2020 and became one of the hardest and most tragic chapters in our modern history. 5 years have passed since then, yet there are still no official and complete numbers of the dead, wounded or missing." In Karaman province of Western Armenia, in the ancient city of Topraktepe, old Erenopolis, archaeologists have found burned remains of ancient bread. One piece of bread still had a Greek inscription that said, "With graduate, blessing be Jesus," along with the image of Jesus Christ. Experts say that this bread might have been used in early Christian rituals as Holy Communion bread. Some other pieces of bread were decorated with Maltese cross shapes. Scientists believe these findings show how important work and fertility were in people's faith at that time. The bread survived through centuries because it was carbonized, making it one of the oldest and best preserved examples found in Western Armenia. On the TV program Pressing the Guest was Hovakim Zakaryan, PhD in biological sciences, researcher at the Institute of Molecular Biology and co-founder of De Novo Sciences. During the talk, he spoke about the importance of knowing one's homeland. When a society has no national idea, when there is nothing to unite around, you get what we see today. He said, "In Azerbaijan there is a clear idea that Armenians are the enemy. What is our idea? If we don't educate our society, others will." He added that only a few students have ever gone to Artsakh for camps or trips, and now the same situation is happening in Syunik. "You must know your homeland to love it. And who should do that? The state," Zakaryan said. He also noted that many NGOs appeared and spread different ideas and asked who controlled them. A major government must act when it's needed, no matter if there is outside pressure or not. During the 44-day war, many doctors risked their lives to save soldiers. One of them was military doctor Serop Grigoryan, who was injured on the 27th day of the war while trying to rescue wounded soldiers trapped under the ground. Serop said he chose the medical profession by chance but never regretted. "I'm not sorry that I connected my life with the army. Discipline and responsibility shaped my way of thinking." He often had to make decisions on his own in the field, without time or equipment. Our vehicle was our hospital, and our stretcher was our weapon. There is no time to think, only to act, he said. He remembers how even severely wounded soldiers would beg him to help others first. They were brave lions, saying, "Doctor, I'm fine, help my friends first." For Serov, those days were not only a test, but also a lesson in human strength. If there is a hell on earth, it is war. But there you truly understand, being a doctor is a mission. The head of the Caucasus Muslim Board, Sheikhul Islam Alashukur Pashazadeh, again accused the Armenian Apostolic Church of trying to disrupt the peace process through destructive propaganda. He made these claims during a meeting with UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres. According to Azerbaijani state media, Pashazadeh also said, while the political leaders of both countries are taking steps toward peace, the Armenian Church calls for revenge and new clashes. Source: Azatutun, Radio Liberty. Hrachya Acharian once told that from 1899 to 1802 he lived and studied together with Komitas at the Gevorkyan cemetery in Ejmiadzin. He described Komitas as an exceptional person, hardworking, modest, honest, patriotic and humorous. Komitas was famous at the seminary for his beautiful voice, deep knowledge and sharp wit. He was one of Hrimian Hayrik's favorites and led the students' choir. Acharian recalled one story. On the feast of Saint George, Komitas did not come to the Catholicos invitation because he was busy collecting folk songs. When Hrimian Hayrik found out, Komitas knelt before him and sang the new songs he had collected. After that, the Catholicos gave him full freedom to travel and gather the musical treasures of the Armenian people. That's all for today's news from Western Armenia. For more details, please visit the website of Western Armenia. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for more updates.